Today we're breaking down every assault rifle in Battlefield 6 and ranking them from C tier all the way up to S tier. I tested each rifle across close quarter fights, medium range engagements, and long range gunfights to see which ones actually hold up and which ones fall apart when it matters. If you're trying to figure out which AR you should be running, this video is going to make everything clear. Let's get right into the tier list. Starting off in C tier, we've got the NVO 22AE, and honestly this rifle struggled the most in my testing. At medium and long ranges, this gun feels like flipping a coin. Sometimes the shots connect, and sometimes the recoil kicks the gun straight off target. The accuracy falls apart quickly, and the time to kill simply doesn't keep up with the pace of Battlefield's gunfights. To squeeze any value out of this weapon, you basically have to play hyper aggressive and keep enemies right in your face. If you're not forcing close quarter fights, this gun turns into a liability fast. Because of its wild recoil patterns and lackluster damage, the NVO ends up at the bottom, easily one of the weakest ARs in the entire lineup. Also sitting in C tier is the LA5A3. Compared to the NVO, this gun feels better, the accuracy is cleaner, and the recoil is more predictable, but it still suffers from a painfully slow rate of fire that drags its time to kill into the ground. In close range gunfights, this rifle almost never wins straight up engagements. However, at medium distances, it does start to feel workable. It's consistent enough to get kills if you position correctly, but it never really shines. It's not a terrible gun, but when compared to everything else in the list, it just ends up falling short and earns a spot near the bottom of the list. Kicking off B tier, we have the SOR 556 Mark II, a gun that a lot of players seem to dislike, but I actually enjoyed using it. This rifle might be one of the most accurate ARs available. Landing shots feel smooth, predictable, and clean. The downside though, the damage output is very underwhelming. You need to consistently hit multiple shots to secure kills, especially at range. But the accuracy is so good that you can compete at longer distances just by sheer consistency. Up close though, yeah, you're probably still losing that fight. Still, the weapon feels good, looks great, and has a unique vibe that makes it fun to use, which earns it a solid B tier placement. Next in B tier is the B36A4. Basically a bigger, beefier G36 variant. I usually love G36 style guns and other FPS titles, and this one definitely keeps that identity alive. The B36A4 isn't the best in any specific category, but it's reasonably strong in all of them. Decent damage, decent recoil, decent handling. It's the definition of jack of all trades. Because of that, it's reliable but not exceptional. If you want to use this gun, you absolutely can have success with it. It's consistent and versatile, even if it never quite breaks into the top of the food chain. A comfortable mid-tier rifle. Rounding out B tier, we have the M433, a weapon with a huge strength and an equally huge weakness. The strength is obvious, a very high fire rate that allows for an incredibly fast time to kill. If you land your shots, this thing melts people. But the weakness is just as apparent. The M433 has some of the worst accuracy and bullet spread of any assault rifle. At medium or long range, it feels like the gun is actively fighting you. If you're skilled at recoil control, the M433 becomes a monster, but if you're not, it becomes unpredictable and frustrating. This gun heavily rewards high mechanically skilled players, but punishes any inconsistency, which keeps it locked in at B tier. Moving into A tier, we've got the AK4D, and I've had a ton of fun using this rifle. This thing hits insanely hard, and once you unlock attachments, it transforms from a kick-heavy beast into an absolute powerhouse. Base recoil on the AK4D is no joke though, it's pretty rough. But once you get the right setup, every shot feels impactful, almost like you're launching miniature artillery shells. It's one of the most satisfying rifles to fire in the entire category. Between its power, feel, and versatility with attachments, the AK4D is one of my personal favorites, and it earns a place in A tier. Also in the A tier, we've got the TR7, a weapon that a lot of players insist belongs in S tier, but I just can't put it there. The rifle has what feels like the lowest precision rating of any AR in the game, or any weapon in the game for that matter. Even with attachments, the spread and recoil can get pretty chaotic, but in close quarters this gun is a monster, easily the best close quarter range assault rifle in the entire lineup. The problem is that the effectiveness drops off sharply the moment you leave close range engagements. The accuracy just can't keep up past a certain distance, and the inconsistency holds it back from hitting S tier for me. If the bullet spread were tightened, this would be an instant top tier weapon. As it stands, it's incredibly strong, just not quite perfect. And finally, topping the list in S tier, we have the Cord 6P67, my favorite assault rifle in Battlefield 6, hands down. This rifle dominates at nearly every range. The recoil is practically non-existent, the damage output is excellent, and the game gives you strong attachments almost immediately. Whether you want to run aggressive pushes or sit back and beam the enemies from across the map, the cord handles every situation effortlessly. It's reliable, powerful, easy to control, and incredibly fun to use. Without question, this is the best assault rifle in Battlefield 6, and an easy S tier pick. And that's the full Battlefield 6 assault rifle tier list. Let me know in the comments where you'd place these weapons, especially if you disagree with some of my picks. If you found this helpful, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next breakdown. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.